Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Magic Friday. I am your host as always, Jamie D. Grant, and we've got a lot to talk about, so try and stick with me. The effect we're talking about today, that I did a couple days ago, is in Japanese, which by default makes it awesome. The English, it is called Clear Surprise by Tenyo. And let me just we're going to talk about some stuff, but let me just show you this right off the bat. What the audience sees. What I should probably call it what the audience saw. But anyway. A friend of mine from Japan sent me his two favorite playing cards. Let me show these to you. I kind of like them. I keep them in an envelope so I don't damage them, but they're purple. I don't really get purple playing cards in Canada, but here, I'll show you what the actual two cards are. So you get that in frame, the Jack of Clubs and the Six of Diamonds. My favorite purple playing cards from Japan and my empty envelope. Here's the crazy thing. These are why they're his favorite playing cards. Let me show you this. Put the Jack of Hearts. We'll just sandwich the clear envelope in between. Nothing in the hands. My two playing cards. My empty envelope. Watch. Whew. In between the two playing cards, I hope this comes through. Can you see that? Fantastic. Okay, let's before we talk about how it went, let me describe what I'd like to talk about today. I have three very distinct branches of magic in my life. I've got my walk around magic, which I do at gigs. Pretty much doesn't really change. I put in and out effects every year if I've got repeat clients, and that's one of the beautiful things about Magic Friday, provides me with those effects. But I've got walk around magic, I've got my stage show, which at this point doesn't change at all. And then I've got another branch of magic, and I've never really talked about it too much on Magic Friday, and it really deserves its own place, and that is magic in the house. I can't really show you my collectible wall. One day I will, but especially upstairs, I have certain collectible objects, kind of like the bottle, where people come over and they say, "What is that?" And that is, for me, sometimes the best magic that you can get. It's because it's in your home, and people are asking for it. You want to see something. They're obviously into it. So I have a distinct line of tricks that I keep on display that obviously don't look like anything weird or gaffed, I should say, but they look interesting. And this is going to be one of them. No question. Like, this is going to go, with the two cards on it. That's going to go clipped. I'm going to hang it from a string on a little thing I'm going to pick up. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is sometimes my favorite stuff because, you can take the time to do it and it's fun. So, that said though, for this show, I still have to be able to perform it. And I performed this. This was fantastic. I mean, it's, okay. Magic, when we do effects for people, there's two very distinct chapters in an effect. There is the emotion of the moment, and then there's three chapters. The emotion of the moment, the memory, and the description. I should write this down. This is actually quite good. The emotion, memory and description. So the emotion of the moment, it's fun. Like, when you're pulling out money from in between two envelopes, it's just the emotion of the moment is surprise. Like, everyone on Friday was surprised. It's just there was nothing in my hands. There's the props are very clear. So that surprise is genuine. That magic is genuine. Okay, the next question, I'm sure what everyone's wondering is it examinable? No. So now we're going to get into chapters 2 and 3. So how it went. It was great. Of course, everyone says, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are like, let me see those cards. And then my response, as always, is no. Are you crazy? I'm not giving you my money-making cards. You're trying to get your own money-making cards, friends from Japan. Bang. And then I do something which I always do after an effect, is ask a random question. I don't know if I've talked about that before, but that'll go into my book, blah, blah, blah. One of the things I always do after I do an effect is ask a question from left field. It's just the way I really believe in sending their mind off somewhere else. So, can we see show me those cards? Absolutely not. I'm not giving you my money-making cards. Get your own friend from Japan. Hey, that reminds me. Are you going to that hotel in Hawaii? Or have you been to a hotel in Hawaii reminded of Japan? We're going there in 2 weeks. Like I always do that. Okay, that lends me into chapter 2, which is the memory. So I always want to false memory people, always. In an effect like this, I can't, I'm kind of doing the false memory as I'm performing. And by false memory, I mean sometimes I'm describing something that's not actually happening. This bill came from nowhere. So the memory is nowhere is of course nowhere, but the bill actually came between 2 cards in a plastic envelope. So the question is next week, what are they going to remember? They're going to remember that I made money appear. They're going to remember that there was 2 cards, because I told the story about Japan. They're probably going to remember the envelope, maybe. I doubt they'll remember even the bulldog clip. Not that really has much to do with it. But so now that they've got that memory, the next question is, what are they going to describe to people? So if someone asks them, a month from now, a year from now, hey, remember that time Jamie made money appear? What happened? Their description is probably going to be, Jamie made money come out of nowhere. Or if they're talking to a friend, man, I saw this great magician. Jamie, man, he can make money appear. He can do card tricks. Like, that's all. They're not going to say, I saw this great magician. He can do card tricks. He can make money appear from between 2 cards that it's in a clear envelope with a bulldog trick from a friend in Japan. Like, that's not what they're going to say, ever. So my thing is to always get those 3 chapters right. I want them to have fun at the moment. Even if it's not examinable and I'm not actually, real magicking them. I want them to have fun. I want them to remember me as being an excellent artist, meaning I don't want them to remember how it happened. Like, I don't want them to be able to figure it out. And then I want them to describe it to someone as a miracle. And number 3 is what gets me work. Like, it's funny to think that this trick will get me gigs, but it will, because when people talk about my personality and they had fun and I can make money appear, that's all they're going to say. I can make money appear. Okay. Whew, that was a long discussion there. Okay. Difficulty, not difficult at all. Angry Bob rating, we're going to say Angry Bob rating 0 because it can't be examined. But, like I just mentioned, sometimes it doesn't matter. How it went, what Tony saw, how it went, difficulty, Angry Bob. Well, the thing about Angry Bob actually is Angry Bob, he can't fight chapter 1. Like, shock, it's pretty hard to fight surprise. So Angry Bob was surprised. You can see that light, but then it's, give me a, no, I'm not giving you nothing, right? Difficulty. The JDG tip is be firm. When you have no right, you have no, it's not people's right to see your stuff. And don't think that because you can't show it to them that the effect sucks. It's better if you can, obviously, it's the best if you can give everything out. But if you can't, you don't have to do it all the time. There's no law saying you must give people can touch everything. It's okay. No. No. Same thing. It's the same thing I say when people say, show my buddy, because they want to see it twice and see it work. No. No. You know, it's okay. Just because you say no doesn't mean, oh, it must be, you know, it must be junk or anything like that. They might be saying, oh, it might be no because he just doesn't want to. So I want you to think about that. Give that some thought. I think that's it. This is going, I'm hanging this upstairs. I got to find a little cool thing and tie. I love it. God, it's great. Tenyo. Clear surprise. The other thing, actually, my JDG tip, my JDG tip actually make the denomination bigger. Canadian money is great too because it's colorful. So I should have used 100 and I didn't. Looking back, that's what would be best because that's even more surprising because a lot of people don't believe that people have $100 bills on them. So that would just be an extra little element of coolness, I think. Okay. Closing thoughts. I'm going to start answering questions from last week. So if you have any questions, put them into the comments below. We're going to go over them right now, a couple of them. And if you guys have made it this far, do me a favor. I'm going to put one link below. I'm starting my book. I'm starting kind of generating some buzz for it, if that's what you want to call it, over in the cafe. Do me a favor, go over and comment. Hey, can't wait for the book. Hey, looks interesting. I'm going to buy 10,000 copies. That'd be awesome. Right there. Okay, questions from last week. What's your favorite trick that you've ever performed? As you know, you guys probably know, I do Crazy Man handcuffs all the time. Why is it my favorite? Probably because I've done it millions of times. It's bomb-proof. It's bomb-proof. So that's probably my favorite, if I had one go-to effect. How do you approach performing for strangers in a normal conversation way without saying, hey, can I show you something cool? Or did you lose a pocket knife? Oh, God. This is going into the book, and I could talk about this for hours. How long have we been talking? Okay, we got a few minutes here. Approaching people. Okay, guys, listen to me here. Listen. Approaching people has nothing to do with what you say at all. Nothing to do with what the words that come out of your mouth. The way, Cellini talked about when he took lessons from Brain Freeze. What's his name? Oh my gosh, Slidini. When Cellini took lessons from Slidini made him walk into the room. That was his lessons for a week or something. I want to see you walk into the room and see how you walk. That is how you approach people. When you're approaching groups, we'll talk about this more, but the difference isn't, hey, do you want to see some magic versus, I'm going to show you a trick now versus, did you lose a pocket knife? That's not the discussion. The discussion is this. Hi. Versus, hey, what's going on? That's the discussion. It has nothing to do with what you say. It's basically versus. That's what it is. That's what the art is. It's body language, expression, eye contact. We'll talk more about it, but for now. Is there a different contract for different venues? Someone asked when I'm doing stage shows. My contract is the same. Yeah, my contract is always the same. Send out contracts, by the way, when you're doing gigs. Do I perform for kids and teens? No, I don't. I do mostly corporate, VIP, celebrity events. Nothing against Kid Magic. And if you're looking at doing this as a full-time career, kids magicians perform more than adult performers, I believe. So you'll work more as a kids performer, but I just don't. I just do kind of adult stuff. And I think that's it. Okay. Happy Magic Friday. Comment below. I'll answer the questions next week. And man, pick up Clear Surprise by Tenyo. Or if you can speak Japanese, whatever the heck that says. I'm sure it says Clear Surprise or something close. Happy Magic Friday. I will see you next week.